Welcome everyone. We are 3 Scoops on a Sunday, and we are here for all things self-empowerment, self-development, growth, challenges, hot topics, but most importantly, fun. So tap in and strap in because baby, you will be in for a ride. I am one of your hosts, Brittany J, and I bring the quirky and the comfort.
Hey y'all, I am Miss Ava Divine with a capital D, baby, and I am here to bring out a delicious scoop with a healthy topping of sass and class.
See, I hate going last. You know, I'm Quayla Fire.
Yes.
I'm the shot, no chaser. I'm the one that tells you how it is.
Yes. Listen, y'all, listen. So last week, right? Last week was our first episode, challenge accepted. And we chose one person from the group to give 10 challenges and a bonus to. Y'all have really got to see the reaction to that. It was so unexpected, especially for me. But we had so much fun. And now we're 1 week in. We want to update you guys later on in the episode to let you know how far we've come and how we're feeling so far. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
Okay, well, it's my favorite part of the show, which is the flavor of the week. So excited. So this week's flavor, we chose cookies and cream. And bonus points because that's my favorite flavor. Yay, me. And so above all, it's actually one of the most popular flavors outside of like chocolate and vanilla. And that's for good reason because you combine Oreo cookies. Okay. I love me a good Oreo cookie dipped in some milk. And vanilla ice cream. So it gives you the perfect comfort ice cream. Is there such thing as like comfort ice cream?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, ice cream is a comfort food.
Yeah. So comfort ice cream, and we're gonna be talking about comfort zone.
Yes.
So to kick it all off, I really want to pose a question to everyone about like the taboos that you see when we are kind of wanting to step outside of our comfort zone, but taboos that people have put on us kind of stops us. Like, what are you guys' thoughts and feelings about that?
Ooh, well, I feel like one of the taboos is almost this requirement to stay within social norms, right? Like,
okay,
it may not necessarily be verbally spoken, but it's like almost the way we've been conditioned to think and perceive the world and society and our cultures. It's as if you have to take this direct path. This path has been laid out for you. This is what works. And to do anything outside of that is wrong. So I think one of the taboos is perceiving moving outside of your comfort zone, even if it makes other people uncomfortable, it's perceived as wrong.
I agree, actually. Yeah, I do too. I was talking to someone about like entrepreneurship because that's kind of where I'm moving to. And I proclaim that I do not want to go back to, corporate America.
Yeah.
And outside people are always have their opinions based on that because, entrepreneurship is not consistent. Sometimes you fail. There's not like a way that you have it laid out and it's going to be successful. Everybody's challenges are different. Yeah, and I may not be super successful like I want to be, but still it's mine, And when people look at me, they're like, you need to go just get you a job that you have a paycheck every week.
Right.
It's true. I feel like one of the big things when it comes to comfort zones is I think a lot of people worry about how their friends and family are going to feel if they do something completely different than what they normally do, right? Like, and that's a lot of pressure sometimes.
Absolutely.
A lot of pressure to want to do something that you feel people in your inner circle are going to frown upon because it's not what you should be doing, but then it's kind of just like, well, who controls what I'm supposed to be doing?
Right, who gets to choose that for you? I agree.
What I'm supposed to be doing, right? But it is such
these standards.
Yes, it can be such a fear for people to want to branch outside of something that is seemingly normal in the bubble that they are in, and go for something that they really feel connects with them, that they feel will truly benefit them, you know, because I feel like we have to step out of our comfort zones at times, whether that's because life puts us in those situations or because like that's just what we need, you know, because our environment or our, you know, friends or our, you know, social groups, whatever, just don't fit us anymore, you know. And so sometimes you have to do it, but
and that's where kind of courage comes in too.
Ooh, courage. Yeah.
But I have a question for you guys, just based on what we've said so far, right? How much do you think other people influence us to stay inside of our comfort zone? And then how much of that is us?
Yeah. Is it like an 80-20 type of thing? I would feel like it's like more of like an 80-20. I think a lot of it is ourselves, to be honest. I think 20% is the outside factors, and then 80% is of it is ourselves, because we are in control of us.
Absolutely.
And we don't give ourselves enough credit for that. Like if we wanted to, we would do it.
Well, I partially agree with you, Quayla. I think it's 100% us, because like you said, we have the power to choose, no matter what that choice is, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it is. Ultimately, I think these people, our societies, these communities, whatever it is that's triggering the fear within us to keep ourselves back, ultimately we make the decision to hold back and not move outside of our comfort zone because of these reasons. Valid reasons in a certain sense, but we still make the choice, because we could do that. We could face our fears. We could move past our comfort zone and see how far we go, regardless of what people think. Yeah, it's a risk. Yeah, people may judge you, but at the same time, you have the power to choose which way you want to go.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like you. I'm partial. I do feel like a lot of it is ours. Yeah. 100%. I don't know if I can say 100%, because those factors do really much kind of are engraved in us, and that becomes who we are.
Absolutely.
Not purposely, but it just happens.
Yeah, and I feel like you also have to take into consideration the fact that, you know, some people just may feel like the necessity of stepping outside of their comfort zone. That's true. Outside factors such as having children, for instance, you may not be able to do certain things because you also have to consider your kids, you know, or you have a partner and you have to figure out like, how can I make this happen so where it fits so I can maintain my relationship properly, you know? So I do feel like there are outside factors that contribute to you being able to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. But I do agree that it is primarily like a you thing, you know, it is primarily up to you, and it is essentially your mindset, and changing your mindset in a way that allows you to push past the fears and the discomfort with other people's discomfort, you know, and like all those things. So yeah, that's an interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And we talked about that recently, about having to, when moving past your comfort zone, having to put your comfort or your desires ahead of somebody else's discomfort. And that's not to say like that you don't consider other people or you don't care for other people, but when in terms of living a life that is fulfilling to you, in terms of going after your dreams and really completing and executing, then you have to be okay with other people being uncomfortable. Because a lot of times what you'll find out is that people will be uncomfortable because change is hard and it's new, right? Yes. But as you're consistent, as you keep going, as you are the leader in your life, people do grow to accept and understand later on down the line and say, now I get it. So sometimes you have to be able to take that risk and say, I know people don't understand. I know they may not even support me as much in this moment, but if I keep going, it'll all make sense.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, making people uncomfortable brings change, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like making people uncomfortable creates a different environment so that we all can have a new comfort zone. I didn't even think about that until now. Okay, Brittany.
Bars.
Like it just takes one person to change things up to start what do you call it, chain reaction?
Trailblazers, that's what trailblazers are for.
Somebody else doing it to challenge your perception of the company. It's true. It's true. Because I have to say, just from the perspective of being someone, social media is such a huge thing. We have it's a blessing and a curse, but I think part of the blessing is you see how people develop and how they evolve, over time by being able to keep this whole pool of friends and individuals, and there have been plenty of times where I have witnessed growth within my own friend group, and I've seen them step outside of their comfort zones. And I myself have been shocked by some of the areas in which they pursue or the things that they do. And I'm just like, wow, like I would have never expected that they would have done that. I have seen them talk about being ridiculed and, being whatever because they decided to branch off, but to me, I find that incredibly inspiring because as somebody who, sometimes I can myself get caught up in the wheel of comfortability, the realm of comfortability, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to see multiple individuals take a stand with their own lives and move past the comfort zones. And it lets you know, like, I can do this, I can, step outside, look at all these other people who are doing it too. So it's nice to be able to see other people do it. So yeah, there are going to be people, absolutely, who sit there and they like, they scrunch their nose up at it and they're just like, yeah, I don't know, like, you're crazy. You need to get your life together, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes down to it, it's really not about other people, It's really not about other people. It's about what benefits you in the long run, like what benefits your mental health, your emotional health, even your physical health. Like, why should you have to sacrifice that because other people don't feel comfortable?
Right. I agree.
Why do that?
I'm going to just like veer off because I know that you wasn't personally talking about me, but I felt like you was telling not my story, but my story. And this is outside of my comfort zone. Like being on this podcast is outside of my comfort zone. As you know, I'm not a social media girl.
Yep.
I'm okay with not telling people anything about me. Like I'm okay with that. Being in my bubble, the people who have my phone number can call me. And if they don't, they don't. I mean, I don't have to show the world what I'm doing every day. I don't think they really care that much. It's not that exciting. I just don't share like that. So it didn't take a lot to pull me out of it though. So I'm proud of you guys. So you guys must be some real. Because it wasn't like pulling teeth or anything. I was like, okay.
But you know what, Quayla? I have to admit that I am a lot like you as well. Like in terms of, I am a social media person, but I'm more of a lurker than a participator if I had my choice. I'm the only business. I know what's going on. I ain't gonna say nothing, whatever. But one of the things that I've really been trying to push myself to do is to be more open and vulnerable, because what's on the other side of that is all of my desires. Like I've never met anybody like me who wants to be famous, but yet does not want to share their life with anybody. Like I don't get it. So I really get that part of feeling like people may not care or that it's not important enough. Like the little small things that we do from day to day, I find it difficult to let other people in that. So this platform, this opportunity gives me a chance to expand in vulnerability, to share, to be open, and give the world a piece of myself that I never would have done had I not been here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So high five to us for sharing, just being open.
For real. I mean, that really makes me curious about another question, right? Since we're still in the realm of comfort zones and what is taking us out of our comfort zones. I'm interested to talk about how each of us has branched outside of our comfort zones in the past, let's say 3 months. What's one of the biggest ways, I suppose, which you guys have branched outside of your comfort zone?
I've done a few things, actually.
Yeah.
A few things. I did set the pole dancing. That was way outside my comfort zone.
And you look good.
Girl, thank you.
Yeah.
Don't even do that. You looked good, and I'm gonna cheer you on.
You really continue for real.
I've posted on some of the platforms. I posted on TikTok. I posted on Facebook. Kind of. Yeah, no, I'm a commit. Yes, I did. I posted on both of those. I've kind of been opening up and giving more of myself to social media.
Yeah,
dibbling dabbling.
Yeah. Right.
Well, one of the things that I've done in the past few months to break outside of my comfort zone is I actually lectured on Zoom about living authentically, about creating a roadmap to your most authentic self. And I will be doing another one very soon. I'll announce the date, but that was exhilarating. It was very uncomfortable because I had never done it before. And I honestly hadn't even looked at myself as qualified enough to do it. But when I realized I had already done this 6 months to a year ago, and now I'm just taking the opportunity to share it with the world, it was like, okay, I can do this. It forced me to believe in myself more, and it built my self-confidence. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that.
Yes,
I love to see it.
Yes. Well, I would say that I too, like Koila, have done quite a bit to push myself outside of my comfort zone in the past 3 months. But I would say one of the biggest things that stands out to me is the book that I'm writing. And it's not so much the book, like writing the book, that is outside of my comfort zone, because I've been writing since I was a little girl. I think the biggest thing for me was letting my family and friends know about the book, because it's an erotic novel. And not everybody that I have on my platforms is very like,
they're not ready.
You know? Yes. No, like y'all know, like me, y'all know that I'm a kinky girl. Okay, I'm not.
Yes, I'm here for it.
That is not who I am at all. So, but there are a lot of people who really don't know that side of me, or especially in like a creative way, other than when I did boudoir photography. But still, I mean, you can be a boudoir photographer and not write an erotic novel.
I can't lie.
Something really graphic, So it definitely challenged me, because I do have some family members who are very highly religious, and I do have, some friends who aren't really like about that. So putting myself out there like that was very scary for me. But I've really gotten to the point where I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care. To me, it was just like, I need to live authentically. If I'm not living authentically, and this is something that I realized, if I am not living authentically and being true to who I am and expressing that, it honestly makes me feel depressed. It makes me feel like I'm missing something. It makes me feel like I'm I just don't feel, I don't feel like I'm living as quality as I could live if I'm not. And so what I've really been doing these past few months has been pushing myself to live as authentically as possible and pushing against the wall of comfortability, you know, and letting people know things about me that they probably didn't know, but hey, this is who I am. Like, love it or leave it, you know.
Absolutely.
Love it or leave it. So that was honestly probably one of my biggest pushes of stepping outside my comfort zone in the past 3 months, personally.
Well, I just have to say, I'm sorry. I just have to say it. I am bubbling with excitement about this book. Like, y'all, this book is so freaking good. I cannot wait for it to be released. Like, if you're into romance novels, if you like a little sexy, Red Souls is coming soon, baby. I'm telling you, like, for real.
Red Soul, I cannot wait.
I'm serious. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not just saying this as a friend. I'm saying this as somebody who loves to read books.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
I think that's awesome. Congratulations to all of us for just even making those steps, you know?
Yeah. And it looks like we had a comment here. It says, how generational wealth is curated. Just need that one person to step outside of their comfort zone. So that's actually a very good point, that even in terms of being judged or even ridiculed, maybe you're that one person in your family to break the generational curse. So maybe you have to deal with being a black sheep or looked at like you're crazy for a little while, just to build the foundation or set the foundation for the rest of your family for generations to come. So I think that was a really good point. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that a lot. I feel like that is a really good point, because family, I think especially more than friends in some regards, can be that's a really sticky area when it comes to comfort zones, especially because these are the people you grew up with and around, and you know, you've learned certain things around these people, and you don't want to disappoint these people, but it really does. It takes one person to just, like we said, step outside and change the narrative.
Absolutely.
Rewrites.
So I have a question for you guys. Are there any benefits to staying in your comfort zone?
You go ahead. You go ahead. Because I got to get my thoughts together, because comfort zones are comfortable for a reason. They're comfortable. So I'm gonna let you go, Ava.
I don't think that there is anything wrong with staying in your comfort zone. Let's get that clear. There isn't anything wrong. If it truly feels right and good to you, absolutely, by all means, stay there. I think when we speak upon stepping outside the comfort zones, right, we're talking more about like if, you know, you just really feel like things aren't flowing, like something isn't right for you, something's not beneficial for you. But there are many times where it is very beneficial to just be okay with where you're at, you know, and not have to push yourself. I feel like that kind of flows into a reverse pressure of society, where you might see people expand and evolve, and maybe you're just so comfortable and so used to being in your bubble, you don't really have necessarily a desire to branch out, right?
Yeah.
You might sit there and be like, you know, start feeling a certain way, like maybe I should do something different because you know, and then you might feel a little too pressured to push outside your comfort zone. But I mean, comfort zones really ultimately are a space in which you can be yourself too. You know, they really is. just like stepping outside your comfort zone can be you living your authenticity, so can being inside your comfort zone. It feels good. It feels like safe. It feels home. It feels, all those
Absolutely.
all those different things, cozy, if you will, like a routine. Some people love a routine and love being able to know exactly what they're doing and know exactly what's going on. And it feels, it's security. It's almost like a security.
Like security.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, I'm so happy you guys said security, because that is what my comfort zone has been my whole life. Like, I'm going to overshare. It's not embarrassing, but when I was younger, I used to suck my tongue and I would carry around my pillow everywhere I went. That was my comfort zone. I would sit on the couch. I would get in my bed, whatever I'm going to be. I would curl up, hold my pillow, and suck my tongue. I had braces 3 times. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Because I would keep pushing my teeth out, because that was comfortable to me, even though I knew that I'm getting braces to correct the mistake that I'm making. Like, I'm pushing my teeth out, but I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep on doing it because it feels good to me. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say that it's not beneficial. I feel like there's change going on around you, and you staying in that comfort zone is keeping you from the change. I didn't want to have bucky teeth, i.e., I kept getting braces. But I also didn't want to let go of what felt good to me. Yeah. Eventually, I had to move forward and get out of that space. So I love a good comfort zone, but at the same time, change is inevitable.
I agree. I kind of look at it like this. Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with the comfort zone. If I'm just being honest, I like a lot of the things that I do to achieve that security and that comfort, because I like the way that feels, right? However, I realize that there are things in this life that I desire, that I want to achieve. For example, Quayla, how you were saying you wanted to achieve better teeth, so you had to give up sucking the thumb and keeping the braces in order to do that. It's like there are certain things that you have to do that are outside of that comfort zone in order to achieve a specific result. I feel like wanting to be comfortable, desiring to be comfortable is not a bad thing, because it's a part of living. Like, I'm not the kind of person that always wants to be on the go. However, there are things that I want to improve about my life, or there are things that I want to achieve. And the reality is, in order to achieve them, I got to get over certain things. I got to push past my limits. I got to see how far I can go. So overall, I think the comfort zone is an okay place to be. I just don't think it's an okay place to stay, depending on the situation or what you want out of life, right?
Okay, so follow up to that then. Okay. Do you feel like when things start to become uncomfortable in your comfort zone, that's like the universe way of pushing you out of it?
Yeah. It took me a long time to really grasp that concept, because I would fight to keep things the same because I was so comfortable. But when you realize that things do work together for your higher good, you realize certain things are being shifted and changed, and you're being forced out of your comfort zone because you're being called maybe to a higher purpose, or you're being called to take a different path. There's something different in your life that you are needing or wanting to do that's going to call you outside of your comfort zone. But the question is, are you going to answer? What you going to do?
It's the truth. I feel like, just, kind of going off what you said, change is inevitable. Life is going to come through and sweep you off your feet so many times. And we're not always talking about
yes.
About that. It's going to rock your world, okay?
Right.
What a girl say, just keep living.
Exactly. But look, that it's part of evolution. Evolution is a thing, and it is going to happen whether you are ready for it to happen or not. It's interesting because it is pushing us, right? Not just us individually, but even us as a collective. Yes. Take everything that's happened with the craziness of COVID, for instance. That pushed so many people to be uncomfortable. It sat people down. People had to sit down and things were shaken up like crazy, and it's pushed everybody. Like, it's wild to actually sit and think, just looking at my friend groups and things like that, what their lives were like prior to COVID and what their lives are like now. A lot of them have done a complete 180?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a complete 180 with things. They've started jobs, they've started businesses. Some people have had to get divorces. Some people, some people have ended up,
they had to move.
Law, you know what I mean? Like, it has really shaken things up and pushed everybody outside of their comfort zones. And then even on an individual level, you do have to kind of sit there and be like, well, dang, I now have to adapt. I now have to figure out how to handle all these changes, not only in your personal life, but in the world that's happening around you. So you are constantly being challenged. Your comfort zone is constantly being tested. Yeah. And it's one of those things where you have to assess on a regular basis on whether or not something within your comfort realm needs to change. And if it fits, or if something needs to shift, if something needs to move. Now, there are people who sometimes are afraid to make that shift, to make that transformation, to make that change, which is a whole nother topic, right? Because we're talking about fear, fear of stepping outside your comfort zone because of the unknown, and absolutely. That's a whole nother realm, but it is still needed, right? So it's very interesting because there are so many challenges from so many ends of the spectrum when it comes to, do I not,
absolutely.
Stay? Is it benefiting me more to stay, or is it benefiting me more to go? Like, there's so much to unpack with all of it.
But I think that honestly, you really find out like what you are made of when you get outside of your comfort zone. When you start to really challenge yourself and push past the limits that you believe are there for you, you really find out what you're capable of and how far you can go. And for me, that part is very motivating and exciting. It's like, how far can I really go? Instead of looking at it like an inconvenience, I guess you could say, I look at it now like a challenge. Like, how far can I go? What can I do? What am I made of? How, learn more about yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Brittany, somebody talking to you. You're over there giving you all the good things to say.
I'm dropping them bars, Quayla.
Your ancestors giving you all the words.
I'm gonna tell y'all my secret sauce later, okay? I'm just kidding.
Look, y'all, I mean, I feel like this has been a really good, in-depth discussion about comfort zones, and I want to take this to the audience. I want to hear what questions or comments that you guys have relating to comfort zones, or if you have any questions for us in particular. Let us know in the comments. I feel like there's so much more that we could discuss about it, just because there is just like a broad range of stuff, and everybody has so many personal experiences with being, challenged to step outside of those zones, so there's some good stuff there. There's some good stuff there.
So we do have an audience comment again. Let's see. Okay. They said comfort zones can keep you safe, but there's just no growth there. Almost like you have to choose what's more important. Ooh, I like that. So it is a choice. Almost in like what's more important. Like, what do you value more? Do you value being in your comfort zone more? Or do you value experiencing life on a grander scale? Do you value pushing past your limits? Do you value growth and expansion? And it is very personalized because everybody is not super ambitious. Everybody is not looking to break past limits. Some people actually want to be in their comfort zone and they stay there and they die there. And personally, I say if that works for you, okay, go for it. But to those people who really want something more out of life or looking for more personal fulfillment, then pushing past your comfort zone is going to be, I think, one of the biggest parts and keys to actually getting the life that you desire.
Okay, so I think I have a follow-up question with that, right?
Okay.
Do you guys believe that, because yes, I absolutely agree, you gain a lot of growth from stepping outside of your comfort zones. But is there a possibility of you being able to obtain growth while remaining inside your comfort zone?
Ooh, she got my wheels spinning. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brittany. I have to think about that. You know, can you?
Let's think about what growth is in general, right? I feel like there are varying degrees in which one can grow.
Yes.
And I don't think you always have to, I don't know if you always have to step outside of your comfort zone in order to obtain growth, because growth could be something as simple as learning something new, you know? It could be as simple as maybe educating yourself more, or taking the opportunity to, you know, shift your mindset about something. And because you shifted your mindset about something now, and maybe that's not necessarily out of your comfort zone to shift your mindset. Maybe it's just the flip of a switch. Like, I just need to shift my mindset here about how I go about, or my approach to something. Maybe I need to change my approach to something. It doesn't maybe necessarily mean you are uncomfortable with shifting your approach, but by doing so, you are able to grow, you know? So I do feel like, yes, stepping outside of your comfort zone absolutely will trigger growth. But I also feel like you can still obtain some growth while remaining inside your comfort zone.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but I feel
can
like
be wide.
staying in your comfort zone limits your growth. Like, you can still grow, but only to a certain point.
Not necessarily. I'm going to say that you can like reach full potential in your comfort zone, because outside of that is a new normal. But you can still achieve what you want to achieve in your comfort zone. You don't have to step outside of that. I'm kind of with you on that, Ava. I'm following you.
I mean, some people are cool with where they're at. They formulated pretty much where they want to be. It's just a matter of maybe moving some things around. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to push the barriers of comfort in order to do that. It just is more so of little internal shifts that they're okay with, in which they can still expand. Now, I do agree that yes, stepping outside of your comfort does offer a level of growth that might be different than some of the growth you can achieve while staying inside your comfort zone. But I don't know that level of growth necessarily has to even be for everybody. You know, like, we all have different paths. Right. And for some of us on our life paths, being challenged is a necessary thing for us. For other people, they don't need that type of a challenge. Maybe what they need to do is more in alignment with what they're already doing, but maybe in just a different manner, you know? And that's also that I'm just saying that's something to consider there.
It is. I agree. I see both sides of the coin.
Yeah, absolutely. I
see both sides of the coin. Yeah, because who's to say that if, you know, math is my thing, that I just can't be a mathematician and be the best mathematician? What if I don't like social studies? Like, I don't really need that. That's not part of my plan.
True, but the point is that now you're limited to being the best mathematician versus being the
but
best
that's what
overall.
I want.
Right, but
Right, and it is based on what you want. But what I'm saying is ultimately not stepping outside of your comfort zone, although you can grow and you can reach your potential, in a certain sense, it does limit you, whether it's based on your own personal desires or your own personal life path, or just whatever you choose to do. Not stepping outside of your comfort zone or just not giving yourself an opportunity to expand in general does limit you to whatever it is you want to do. And I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but I think it's important for everyone to keep in mind that staying in your comfort zone can be very limiting, and depending on what you want out of life, you may need to venture outside of your comfort zone to experience.
Wait, I'm going to say you don't have to venture out. You just have to be receiving. Because if math is my thing and I want to stay on math, but you want to tell me some things about history or science, I'm going to receive that and I'm going to listen to you and receive it. I'm not going to be like, nope, it's all about math. I think as long as you are open to the conversation and you're not telling this person that this is the path that you should be on, like you should choose my path because this is what I feel is comfortable, so be comfortable like me, or since you're science and I'm math, we have to be separated. If you want to be in your comfort space and that's where you are and that's how you live your life, as long as you are free to walk out or stay in when you want to, you have both accessibilities, I think it's good. Like that's a woosah place. It's a place of happiness.
I honestly agree with both of you. I can see both of your sides. And Brittany, I see what you're saying too about how it can be limiting by not reaching out. It does. And I think that, again, is going to vary from person to person. How much do you want to be limited? You know, because I can speak on a level for myself. I'm a very free spirit, so I don't like lots of limitations. At the same time, you know, there are certain things that I find challenging, but knowing that just who I am and being somebody who needs more. I need more out of life a lot, you know. I need adventure, I need thrill. If I'm not seeing something anymore, like I need to obtain it, like, and I need to do it. And it's not always comfortable for me to get to where I want to be. Right. But I know that if I don't do it, I'm limiting myself to the options available for me to pursue what it is that I want. Right. So if I was one of those people who I'm not that much of a free spirited person, or I'm not that much of somebody who really cares to explore more, then I might be okay with having those limitations. But for people who do not want to be limited to the options available to them, stepping outside of your comfort zone is going to be one of the biggest ways in which you can achieve what it is that you are looking for, right? So I have both sides. I mean,
I like how this kind of went a little different, but you know, it's like the conversation had to be had.
It needed. I don't feel like it's not enough personally. I don't feel like this is a conversation that gets had enough. At least I haven't heard it enough. So I'm glad that we've taken the opportunity to really talk about this.
Absolutely. And before we get into the next exciting part of this show, I want to read a couple of more audience comments. They said, I can see this. I guess ultimately everyone's comfort zone varies. I really love this conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, guess what, y'all? Guess what time it is? It's Social Sunday.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So Social Sunday is our own version of a social experiment where we challenge and push each other in different settings to promote growth and development, right? So this is the part where we talk about our challenges from last week and how far we've come just 1 week in. I'll go first, okay? I was supposed to knock out about 2 to 3 challenges this week. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I got tired. I went to a high school football game. It lasted longer than I expected. And by the time I got home, I just needed a nap. You hear me? And I say that at 12 o'clock at night, right? Then on Saturday, it just didn't work. I still needed a nap. I was still tired. I'm not even gonna lie, but I was gonna push myself. But, you know, my partner didn't feel too well. And I'm like, listen, we can do this next weekend because I'll be ready and prepared. And so this coming up week, I'm actually going to tackle a couple of more challenges, but I've been able to tackle one so far. So shout out to me.
Hey.
Yeah, shout out to you. And I'm the partner who wasn't feeling good. I had a headache that was out of this world. I had to lay it down. So I can't get on to you, Brittany, because, you know, my week didn't go the way that I expected as well. I've started a few things. I've started redecorating. I started my cards, my little motivational cards I'm supposed to leave out. I thought about my workout routine that I want to do for my week. However, my ADHD just would not let me be great. It had me in a chokehold. So I couldn't complete a thing. Nothing was completed.
But you started.
I did.
Okay,
I did.
Good
So
job.
I'm going to be way more motivated into completing some things next week. I got a little bit of time, so y'all pray for me.
Y'all listen real quick. Me and Quayla supposed to be going outside this weekend, and I didn't realize this list has actually forced me to realize how introverted I really am. I think in my mind, I was a lot more extroverted than I am, but realizing what I have to do to even go outside, the work I have to put in to get ready, and then I got to take pictures, and then I have to dance and do all this stuff. And it's just like, oh my God, I'm tired just thinking about it. I just want to be at home in my bed on TikTok. What are you saying? So I think really it's going to be fun this week when we go outside so that we can complete a couple of our challenges.
I think it's going to be real fun. Real fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
How are the challenges going for you?
I keep telling y'all that y'all need to send me some pictures I can live vicariously, because I wish I could join y'all on some of those challenges.
Soon.
But I think like y'all, I didn't do like overly much with my challenges this past week. However, one of my challenges was to choreograph, like basically do a dance and post that dance onto social media. I did the dance. I practiced the dance.
Okay.
Did you post it?
I practiced the post. I posted the practice video.
Okay, where did you post it?
I posted on Instagram and Facebook, actually, in my stories.
Oh.
Yes.
I saw it. I saw you.
I didn't see it.
I was doing a little chair dance, y'all. I was doing a little chair dance.
Yeah.
But it's not the full video. It's not the full challenge. It was just a little practice thing, and I thought I was looking cute, so I just posted little snippet video, not the whole choreography and things like that. But I've been practicing my little chair routine, practicing. So
when do we get the full version?
I know.
That's a good question.
Full version's coming. Okay, like
you know, she's a perfectionist, so she's probably waiting until she has every move down pat.
I gotta make sure it's great. I gotta make sure it's great.
That's obvious.
I did that. I tried starting a random conversation with my crush. Fortunately, he didn't get back to me just yet. So
I don't understand that.
He might be going through some things right now, you know. But
boo.
No.
Yeah.
I said he will get back to me.
I don't understand what he hasn't got back to me yet.
He hasn't got back.
I'm confused.
We might need to talk about that on another episode when they, you know, to be honest with you, because I got so much to say.
We might gotta start a different conversation with another crush, because he hasn't got back to me yet. How many days do you supposed to wait for them to reply?
He don't reach his expiration date.
Look, Look, it's complicated, but I'm not tripping about it. I'm not worried about it.
That's normal.
To
have like that much time.
It wasn't unexpected. I'll say that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It wasn't unexpected knowing what is currently going on with his situations. So it wasn't unexpected.
A Leo could never, y'all. A Leo could never. What?
I'm just gonna suggest that we do a redo with somebody else. That's just my suggestion.
Done. Look,
you done fired your crush, Ava.
You can't fire my crush.
I'm just saying.
We gonna find you a new crush.
He hasn't got back to me yet.
I like the crush. I like
how much time do we give? What is the yet? We just
First of all, there's no we, there's me. There's me. And
let me mind my business.
I'm waiting a little bit more time. If not, I will spark up a conversation with someone that I just think is fine. Okay?
Yeah, I'm with that one.
I'll just do that.
Ava, I got somebody in mind for you too.
Not you got somebody.
No.
This is somebody that I know. Yeah. No, this is nobody. This is not a blind date type of thing. She already knows this person. She's already familiar. She's already attracted. Yes.
What? Who?
I would know who.
I'm not gonna say good girls don't tell, honey.
I'm really
Let me find out y'all be doing stuff behind my back. Let me find out.
No.
Find out.
No. It's not like that. I promise. It's not like. I just don't want to say his name like right here because people actually know him.
Okay,
you famous? People like who?
Right, because I'm really intrigued.
Layla.
Okay, time out. Shh, I'm gonna mind my business. And then
I'm gonna drink my tea and mind mine too.
I cannot with the both of you.
Just saying. I don't want to talk too much.
Look, okay, so moving on from that topic of conversation, I didn't do this challenge, but remember how we were talking about the rock climbing challenge, how Brittany had challenged me to do some rock climbing.
Yeah.
You gave me grief about that.
Yep, I did, because then you wanted to go all this extra stuff about climbing tall trees and shit.
Yeah, listen, y'all gotta let the trees go, okay? I already apologize. I understand your safety was at risk. However, I felt backed into the corner because I'm like, you can't go rock climbing where you need to climb something. It was poor judgment, I admit. However,
look at you.
Figure it out.
Anyway, I did a little recon work. I did a little snooping around, like trying to out. And I actually did find one lone rock climbing gem. I did. I managed to find one. I was surprised.
Okay. So is it in the area or are you gonna have to travel a little bit?
It's relatively close-ish to the area. It's not like in the area, but it's not super far. Like I can make
so that's on the agenda.
Say it again.
You're gonna add that to your agenda?
Yeah, I'm adding that to my agenda. So we're gonna try to get some rock climbing, which I'm all for it, because little do y'all know, I love to rock climb.
I actually do too, to be honest.
Really?
I'm really good.
I do.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Pause. Because no, you gave me grief about that last week, and you love rock climbing. Help me understand.
But I don't think you're understanding why I was giving you grief about it.
Okay, well, break it down for me.
Because I was just like, where the heck around here am I finna go rock climbing at? Because like I didn't understand like where I was going to be able to make that happen. There ain't no big rocks or anything where I can just do some outdoor climbing. And as far as I was aware, there wasn't any type of climbing gyms or anything like that. So my wheels was turning. I was sitting here like, how the heck am I gonna pull that off? You know? So that was the reason for the grief.
Okay. Well, look at you figuring it out. Okay. Look at you figuring it out. I'm so proud of you.
It was low-key shade. I saw it.
Who, me? No, because she's like, well, I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Look at you figuring it out. Look at you figuring it out.
No, because she gave me grief last week. Okay. And I just felt so bad. I'm like, I'm looking at this list and I'm like, I feel so bad. I did my friend wrong. But to find, honestly though, seriously, to find out that some of the activities you're either capable of doing or you're having fun doing them, that was the point. And so I'm glad about that part.
Yeah, I would say the biggest challenge with the rock climbing was trying to figure out how I was going to pull off the rock climbing.
Okay.
That to me was the biggest challenge because I've done rock climbing before. It's been a minute.
Here for it.
Pounds since I was rock climbing, so I'm gonna have to really do a little bit extra to carry my ass up the rocks, but we're gonna make it happen.
I might need to find a rock climbing place too, especially since I have to do a thrilling activity.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It is. I enjoy it.
It's between rock climbing and zip lining.
I really want you to zip line.
I swear, Quayla, I'm just gonna drag you everywhere. All these things you want me to do, I'm just gonna, come on, friend, let's go. Let's go do it.
So overall, you guys, how have you been feeling about the challenges that you still have up ahead? Because I know we talked a little bit about that the last episode where we were discussing some of the ones we weren't so sure, like we was gonna be comfortable with, But where are you guys now in the process of accomplishing the challenges you have in front of you?
10%. I got 10% done. That's it. No, I'm just saying that's all I got done. I don't even really want to think about it too much because I feel like I'll talk myself out of some things, so I just want to do it. Just do it and have fun.
Okay, Quayla.
I'm a little excited. I really am. The things that I have on my list, I have everything still on my to-do list. So that's everything to look forward to. But I am excited for them all.
Okay.
Not a bad list at all, to be honest.
It wasn't, no.
I think that I'm gonna have fun.
I'm
gonna make myself have fun if I'm not.
Okay, because you were a little bit weird about this last time, which was the bonus one. Like, how are you still feeling about the bonus one, which was the nighttime picnic? Because I challenged you to go take a nighttime picnic. You finished your list.
I'm actually going to make other people do it with me so that we all can be weird and suspicious at nighttime, just out eating snacks in the dark.
Look. And you do know, like, it doesn't have to be like at a public park or anything. Like, y'all can set out a blanket in the backyard, and have a nighttime picnic, set up a little Netflix and chill space. Like, and just
no, that's not adventurous at all. Going in the backyard, that's boring.
Go to the lake.
I love that you want to be adventurous. I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
I would say that overall, I'm still feeling okay about the list that you gave me, Brittany. I'm all right with it.
Okay.
When I found out last week that I didn't have to necessarily go and talk to a random stranger at the mall per se, but I can choose a random person anywhere, it made me feel a little bit better about that one. And what was the other one that I was like a little weird about?
Skinny dipping.
Oh,
the skinny dipping and the community service.
I forgot about the skinny dipping
and selling your pieces to somebody in public.
Yeah, I think that's
there was a few of them. There were quite a bit.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna mind my business.
Look.
Yeah, I don't mind my business too, because last week was last week. That's over.
Wait, but no, seriously though, skinny dipping is a serious. I'm still side-eyeing.
I figured, but you know what? I believe in you. I believe you're gonna pull through. I do. I do. The thing is that, and I do want to clarify this part. I don't want you to record anything. You just tell us about the experience. That's it.
Okay.
I hope she doesn't try to record that.
Wait.
I'm just saying. I just want to be clear. No, this ain't going on OnlyFans, okay?
Look, when it comes to the skinny dipping, I am not afraid to go skinny dipping. My biggest thing is, where the hell do you want me to skinny dip? Like, I don't understand that. There's no lakes out here. There is no ocean out here. There's no river out here.
There's no water.
You want me to go skinny dip in a public pool? You want me to get my ass arrested? Because that is not here. I'm telling you, it is not here.
It sounds like you need to be somewhere else. Maybe.
I wouldn't want you to skinny dip in the lake. She said go to the spa. Ooh, okay.
Where am I?
Yep, you know what? And some spas let you get naked. Yep, they sure do. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I be considerate of other people.
But okay.
What do you mean be considerate of other people?
Because skinny dipping, I thought that you can be like, there's only certain areas that are in the spa that you can be, fully nude.
Yeah.
You can be fully nude in the water?
Well, the one here where I live, they have an actual pool area where people are naked and they get in the water.
Yeah, I'm in the country. Okay. I'm in the country.
Yeah.
There ain't no spas out here.
Are you sure, Ava? Because there wasn't any rock climbing places either.
You know what? I'll check.
I told you it was shade. I told you.
No, I'm not being shady. I'm not being shady. I'm just saying. I'm not being shady. I promise. I'm not. I just want her to check it out first before you just say it's not there, because you never know.
You never know. I will look into it. If there is a spa, I will also need to look into whether or not I can just have everything hanging out like that. And
how about you find you a friend who has a pool in their backyard and go swing dipping in their pool. Find you someone cute that you can spark the conversation up with that doesn't have to respond yet.
Friends out here.
See, she like you doing too much. Look, you can skinny dip by yourself. You can skinny dip in a group.
All my friends are everywhere else in the world but here. Okay, I got a friend.
Find you a new friend.
That wasn't part of my challenge.
That can be part of your talking to a stranger. That can become your friend that you skinny dip in their pool.
Is that really safe to go skinny dipping with like a stranger?
I know. Y'all have me doing random weird stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but not the skinny dipping.
You can't talk about being safe. That's not part of your vocabulary.
What? Okay, I'll take that. Whatever. All right.
So, if you want to see the full list, have we posted our full list?
We have not.
Well, by the time this episode airs, the full list should be posted of all the.
Definitely check out each of our full list so you can kind of see the things that are to come.
Yes, y'all. Yes, and we really, really, really would love to hear from you all about any challenges that you guys take on yourselves when you see these lists. So check these lists out. Give them a view over. Maybe you guys will find some fun things, some interesting things that you would like to challenge yourself with. Maybe it can allow you to push outside your comfort zones.
Absolutely.
And then let us know how you're feeling about it. You can tag us, #3ScoopsOnASunday. You can go and actually tag our social media accounts. If you're doing a video, for instance, or if you just want to comment in the comment section, just be like, hey, I did and it was amazing, or it was scary. I will never do that again. Hey, we want to know.
Yes.
Speaking of social media accounts, guys, please, if you are on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. That subscribe button, because we are going to have so many more fun, engaging, enlightening conversations, discussions, episodes coming up in the very near future, every Sunday to be exact. And we would love for you guys to be a part of the journey and to take part. So subscribe if you can. Visit us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Go ahead and follow, like you guys, and we will be updating you more on the other platforms that we will be on as we go. I know we're going to be on Spotify and iHeartRadio. So that is really exciting. And yeah, you guys, thank you so very much for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here. We really appreciate the support. And we will see you next Sunday. We are 3 Scoops on
a Sunday.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.